back to my channel. My name is Olive. So this class is going to be a funky fusion flow. So I'm tying elements from mobility and strength, but also yoga asana and animal flow. So I do hope you enjoy. In terms of equipment, all you're going to need is your yoga mat and a block if you would like, and a small object. I've got an eye pillow here, but you can use a book, you can use your phone, you can use a block. We will be doing it for a mini exercise at the beginning. So I'll see you sitting down. We're going to start seated down, so feel free to sit on your knees, cross-legged, sit on a block, whatever feels best, as long as you can kind of maintain an upright, neutral position in your spine. So hands resting down on your knees, and just for a second, just swim the shoulders back, get a little bit of movement into the shoulders, into the spine, change direction, rolling forwards. Cool. And then slow it all the way down. So we're going to do some nerve flossing for two of the nerves that run from our neck all the way down into our fingertips. So with your right hand, first of all, lift it up and above your head. Turn the fingertips away and let everything come down level so that your wrist, your elbow and your shoulder are all in one nice long line. Looking forwards, give the fingers a little bit of a wriggle and remember to breathe. And then we're going to flip the hand upwards. Now as the fingers stay up, we're going to keep the head where it is, and then as the fingers drop down, we take right ear to right shoulder. So inhale, come up, exhale, go down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Just two more times each way. And down. Last time. And down. Bring everything back to neutral and then release our hand and just again swim the shoulders back. Okay, lovely. Onto the other side. So left arm extends right above the head. Fingertips away, drop everything down. So wrist, elbow, shoulder are in a nice long line. Give it a wriggle. So when you work with nerves, very, very different sensations to muscles and joints. It can feel like a buzz or a tingling sensation down this whole sort of thread. Okay, then flipping the hand up, inhaling here. Exhale, head down, inhale back up. Exhaling down, inhale back up. Good, just move through at your own pace. Observe what's going on, what your body's telling you. And last time each way. Good, and back to center, release, this time swim the shoulders forwards. Cool, so release, come into your tabletop position. We're going to grip into the floor with fingertips, knuckles, heel of the hand. And as we're here, I just want you to find any kind of movement on all fours that feels good. So you could do these circular movements, alternating between left and right. You can go forwards and backwards. You can do a couple of cat-cow movements. Basically anything that feels good right now that you want to incorporate into your practice, that feels right for your body. Good. And then slowing it all the way down. From here we're going to extend the right leg out towards the side. So the arch of the foot is in line with the left knee. Move your hands so they feel a little bit more centered, and you're just going to start by rocking backwards and forwards. So a couple different options if you wanted to as you rock back. You might want to lift the right toes off the ground so you find a little bit more of an opening towards the inner thigh. Or maybe another option is that you release the hands from the ground as you push back and then control with the claw, not the claw, on the descent back down. So a couple different options to play around with. This class is fairly explorative, a couple different options, so just see whichever one suits you best. Cool. One more. And then back through center, we'll swap the legs over. So left leg extends out to the side, arch in line with the knee. Move the hands and start rocking backwards and forwards. So start this movement first, then create those add-ons if you want, like peeling the toes away. Or maybe even eventually rocking back to the heels, lifting hands off the ground, controlling that descent. Good, let's take a couple more breaths here. So one more movement. And then slowly return back to your tabletop position. Okay, from here let's tuck the toes, elevate the hips and come into our downward dog. Taking a moment, walking out the heels, pedaling through the feet, really trying to push through the hands, supporting the shoulders, and locating your breath. Okay. Let's take a moment in stillness here, making sure the breath is moving easy. One more breath. And then looking towards the feet, take a little bend in the knees. You're going to walk your hands backwards, so we end at the back of our mat and come into Ragdoll. So knees are bent, cradling the arms, gently swaying yourself side to side. Trying to keep the spine nice and long so the chin is dropping to your chest. And then if you would like, you can make 2 fists with your hands and then gently pat the back off the calves, the hamstrings, a little bit of the butt, whatever feels good. Before maybe releasing, interlacing the hands to the back of the head, and maybe encourage your chin to the chest a little bit more. Cool, when you're ready from here, release the hands down to the floor. Take the feet a little bit wider, so heels on the edge of the mat, toes are out, and slowly sink down into yogi squat or mulasana. Fingertips stay down, we're just going to rock side to side. Bringing a little bit of movement and mobilization to the hips and the ankles. You can do it without the hands if you want. It's also quite nice as well to maybe pop in a side reach. There's no real right or wrong how to do this. It's whatever feels good, feels perhaps intuitive to you. Cool. Or again, another option, chin to the chest, hands to the back of the head. Cool. When you're ready, release the hands to the floor, standing all the way up. Just have a little bit of a shake. Okay, so grab your block, your book, your phone, your eye pillow if you have one, and we're going to do some teacup movements. So if you've never done teacups, it's a really nice way to mobilize into the shoulder joints. So you hold the object as flat as you can in the hand. Try not to literally hold it where if you were to tilt it upside down it would still be in your hand, because we're trying to be aware of the whole arm. So nice and flat, shoulders rolling back and down, feet about hip distance apart. You start by trying to create a circle as you lift the object up and over your head, and then trying to circle it all the way back down, but this time going lower than the starting point. And again, you circle it up and you circle it down. Kind of like you're creating a figure 8 all the way through. So observe the book, the object, whatever it is. Don't worry if it falls, because it's bound to happen. And then see if you can change direction as well for spirals. Maybe even going low onto like your knees, or maybe even to seated. Just see where you want to go with it. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to swap onto the other hand, start it in one direction. Again, you can be kneeling, you can be standing, whatever feels good. This side might be a little bit more challenging, that's fine. And if you've not done this practice before, it's taken from Buddhist monks, where they would do this with teacups full of tea, and it's a moving meditation practice. So maybe if you feel confident in the future, you can practice it with tea. Good. So make sure you do change direction. We'll just go for 2 more spirals. And then slowly bring it back to your starting point. Lovely. So hopefully everything feels super good right now. And place your object down by the side. We won't use it again. But we're going to come to the top of our mat and start to spread the toes nice and wide. Try to really grip down into the feet. We're going to take hands to our heart, and on the inhale, lift the left knee up to our chest. Now with this, take the hands anywhere, and I just want you to start to move the left leg forwards, backwards, side to side, super low to the ground. Maybe come up onto the right tiptoes, the heel. Essentially, I just want you to try find your balance whilst taking this leg in any direction possible. Reason being is we're just trying to prime the right leg, all the stabilizing muscles that help us balance, from the foot, the Achilles, the calf, hamstrings, quads, hip flexors, glutes. And just get a little bit of awareness of our proprioception, so where our body is in space. Okay, go for 10 more seconds, breathing, challenging yourself a little bit more, really try to chuck yourself off balance. And then slow it all the way down, release, have a breath, shake everything out. Okay, let's put it to the test. Hands come back to the heart. Ground out through the right leg. Inhale, float the left knee off the floor. On the exhale, super slow transition into high lunge. So bend the right leg as the body tilts forwards. Extend the left leg behind you. Land to the toes and inhale, raising the hands all the way up, high lunge. Good, so taking a breath here. Cool. Next, inhale, we're going to rotate with our chest towards the right hand side, open left hand in front, right hand behind. Inhale, come through center. Then exhale, twist to the left hand side, right hand in front, left hand behind. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. And just holding here for a moment. Maybe drop the back heel as if you were in a warrior one stance. Engaging breathing. Inhale, travel all the way back, high lunge. You're going to straighten up your front leg. Try lift the back heel even higher, engaging the glutes. Taking the hands, interlacing behind the head. Inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly scoop the chest, widen the elbows, gently looking up towards the ceiling. Breathing. Really trying to engage into the feet, into the lower body to find the balance. One more breath. And slowly, slowly draw the chin to the chest. Release the hands up and above your head. You're going to drop your back heel, open out the hands as I swap sides. Then inhale, reach forwards with the right hand. Take it down to the inside of the right leg, turning your gaze to look to the left hand. So as you're in Trikonasana, please feel free to change up what you do with the arms. You can use a block if you want for the base hand. Top hand, you can either wrap it around your back or keep it where it is. And quite a nice way to challenge into the deep core is to lift the right hand up and away. See if you can maintain that position there. Regardless of where we are going to take one more breath. Then inhale, bend the front leg, enter into a warrior two stance. So front knee facing forwards, engaging into the glutes. Imagine the legs are about to zip together, so you want tension into the inner thigh, supporting the hips. Good. So again, imagine your hips are stuck in mud from the waist down. We're just going to find movement into the thoracic spine, into the shoulders. We're going to inhale, spin the hands up, lift the chest. And then on the exhale, spin the hands down, rounding the spine. Inhale, spinning up. Exhale, spinning down. Just one more time. Inhale, spin up. Exhale, spinning back down. Inhale, return, warrior two. When you're ready, taking the left foot, step it next to the right, entering into chair pose. Coming up onto your tiptoes, hands to your heart. And then see if you can slowly lower all the way down, flat heels, into a nice, fairly deep squat like this. Cool. So in this deep squat, take your feet about hip distance apart. Here's where the funky fusion comes in. A bit of animal flow. Okay, so we're going to come into ape reach. Take the tops of your hands together. Chin to the chest, reaching forwards, trying to really sit back into your hips. Inhale, we lift the head. We rock onto the tiptoes. We spin the palms up towards the sky. As the arms go wide, so do the knees. Engage your glutes. Then exhale, come back down to reach. Inhale, lift, spin open, engage. Exhale, back down. Last time, opening, engaging, finding the balance. And then reset into our ape position, planting the hands, stepping back into down dog. Having a moment here, pedaling out the feet, finding any movement that feels good for the body. Good. Okay, next inhale, looking between the hands. Either step or jump to the top of your mat. Arrive to halfway lift back, straight looking front. Exhale, we fold down. Inhale, we spin and reach the arms up. And then travel them down to your heart center. Shift the weight to the left leg. Bring the right knee up to your chest, and again, start to find those movements backwards, forwards, side to side, super low. Come to balance onto the left toes, onto the heel. Just try find, again, balance in any kind of weird, crazy position. so that when we are in a more controlled position in our yoga asana, we really know how to stabilize. Okay, let's go for 10 more seconds. Breathing as you do. And then slowly, slowly release, shaking everything off. Okay, ground down again through the left foot, hands to your heart. Inhale, float right leg off the floor. Exhale, nice and slow to high lunge. Tilt the chest forwards, bend the left leg. Extend right leg, drop the toes. Inhale, rising, high lunge. Okay, beautiful. Make sure glutes are switching on, core is braced. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand in front, left hand behind. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center last time. Exhale to the right and stay here. Maybe drop your back heel if you would want, but super engaged into the core, into the body, into the legs. Inhale, we come all the way back through high lunge. Straighten up the front leg, lift the back heel even higher, engage your glutes. Interlace the hands behind your head. Inhale to lift the chest, widen the elbows, gradually looking up. Breathing into the whole of the front body. Finding the balance as much as you can. Don't worry if you fall. And slowly chin draws back to the chest. Releasing the hands up. Drop the back heel, open out the hands, prepping for Trikonasana or triangle pose. Inhale, reach forwards, left hand down, gazing up to your right hand. So again, option, you can wrap the top hand, you can keep it where it is, you can float the bottom hand away, or you can use a block, whatever works best for you. Breathe, engage, and press into the back foot. One more breath here. And then bend into the front leg, enter into warrior two again. Remember, activation into the limbs. Imagine everything below the hips is in mud. We inhale, spin the chest, we look up. We exhale, spin down, rounding the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. Return, warrior two. Look towards the front leg, stepping into chair pose, bending the knees, hands above. Now rise to your tiptoes, hands to your heart. Slowly come all the way down into a fairly narrow squat position. Don't worry if your heels are off the ground. But again, as we land, feet about hip distance apart, hands relaxing in front of us. This time let's reverse the movement. So we'll start with the open. Onto the toes, knees and arms go nice and wide, squeezing upper back together. Exhale all the way down to reach. Inhale to rock forwards and open. Exhaling, reach. Last time each way. Inhale, open, find the balance. Exhaling down. Set that nice deep squat, then plant those hands, step yourself back into your downward dog. Have a little pedal, have a little walk out with those legs. Taking a moment here. Beautiful. Okay, let's go for one more breath. And then on your next inhale, you are going to float your right leg straight behind you, three-legged dog. So this is a combination of animal flow and yoga asana. You're going to slowly bring your right knee, so bending the leg heel to the bum, bring the right knee to the left wrist, stacking shoulders on top of them. Take that right knee behind the right wrist, and then you're going to scoop out, big 180 out to the right side, before coming into a version of split dog. So driving the right heel to your bum, balancing onto the left balls of the feet, so the heel is off the ground. Now we're going to reverse the movement, slowly scoop right leg out to the side, behind right wrist, left wrist, and then extend back, three-legged dog. Inhale, looking forwards at the hands, bring shoulders over the wrists. You're going to plant the right foot on the outside of the hands and drop the back knee down to the floor. Untuck the toes, squeeze shoulder blades together, engage your glutes. From here, you can either keep right toes facing forwards, or you can turn them out on a slight angle and maybe lift the inside of the foot up, whatever feels good. From here, let's find some movement. So, Right hand goes in front of you, palm facing inwards. We inhale to create a 180, opening up behind us. And then exhale, circling it forwards. Inhale, 180. And exhale, coming forwards. Okay, one more time dynamically. Inhale, open. And exhale, reverse it back. Okay, this time we're going to pause when we reach behind, so opening. Now either stay here, or if you wanted to, maybe explore lifting the back foot behind. And if you feel comfortable and if you wanted to give it a go, maybe catch that foot, bring yourself into a version of Twisted Dragon. If you're catching the foot, try to be active into the glutes, into the hamstrings, into the quads by really trying to press the foot into the hand. Okay, doesn't matter where we are, but we take one more breath. And then slowly, slowly circling that right hand forwards, plant it down, reset the right toes, tuck and lift the left leg, and you're just going to pulse backwards and forwards a couple times. Good, breathing here. Okay, let's go for one more breath. And then let that left knee come back down to the ground. Take the right hand to the outside of the right leg and pressing and engaging all the way up into a low lunge. So this is a combination of movements. We'll come from low lunge into a nice half split movement, so using the arms as well. So on the inhale, bend into the front leg just a little bit more, keeping the hands above. And then on the exhale, you start to push the hips back, straighten up the front leg, sweep the hands by your side as you come into a little bit more of a forward fold. Inhale, rising forwards. And then exhale, sweeping behind you. Let's go 2 more times each way. Inhale, lift. Maybe have a little bit more opening into your thoracic if you want. Exhale to sweep. Last time, inhaling forwards. And then exhale to sweep. Inhale, as you roll forwards, bend into the front leg, plant the hands on the inside of the right leg, lifting the left foot off the floor. So again, movement inspired by animal flow. Press into your left hand. Take the right hand onto the left shoulder. Try not to overthink this movement. Sometimes the quicker you go, the easier. But you're going to bring the left leg straight through. So bring the weight into the right foot, hug the left foot in, and then see if you can step it all the way through. A lot of compressions, see how you get on. Feel free to obviously pause and try that as many times as you like. Okay, so we end up in this lovely position, setting us up for a twist. Keeping the right leg where it is, flexing into the left toes. Left hand goes to the outside of the right leg. Right hand goes behind. We gently support ourselves coming into a twist. Breathing here. Now, important to remember in all of our poses, but especially for this twist, make sure you're breathing first before you move deeper, not the other way around. Okay, one more breath like this. And then inhale, slowly, slowly, slowly coming forwards, releasing the right leg. Inhale, sweep both hands up. And then exhale, start to reach for the feet. We're not going to touch anything just yet, so feel free to bend the legs if you need to. Look where you're going, holding when you find yourself at that sort of end range, breathing there. And then let the hands come down to feet or the floor, slowly folding a little bit deeper with the assistance of the ground or off your legs. Of course, feel free to bend the legs, whatever feels good. And it's worth always exploring if it feels better for you to look in front or to look down to the knees. And maybe even pointing and flexing the toes, seeing if that helps out with the stretch. Because I appreciate that tight hamstrings are a very real thing. Okay, let's go for one more breath here. Then inhale, slowly, slowly coming all the way up. You're going to bring the feet in, stepping 1, 2. And from here, another little animal flow movement. Take the hands behind you. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift the chest. And lift the bum about 1 inch off the floor so we look like a capital M. Nice and slow, you're going to shift the weight onto the right hand. Take the left hand by your belly, fingertips facing up. First, we're going to extend, press our hips as high as we can to the ceiling, then rotate with our chest to face the bottom hand, and frame the head with the left hand. Reversing, we draw the left elbow back in, turn our chest to face up, and then slowly drop the hips down to the ground. Let's do that 2 more times. So restart by just lifting the bum an inch. Inhale, push, rotate, frame. Exhale, elbow in, lower down. One more time, reset, bum off the floor. Inhale, lift, rotate, frame, elbow in, slowly lower all the way down. Release the bum, maybe cross the legs, roll through the wrists, give them a little shake out. And when you're ready, planting your hands and stepping back into your downward facing dog. A little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a shake. Just checking in with the breath before we move into the other side. Okay. Inhale, left leg floats behind you, 3-legged dog. This time, bring that left knee to the right wrist, so super low down, shoulders over the wrist, squeeze a heel to your butt. Now take it behind the left wrist. Big scoop behind, lift and then squeeze the heel to your bum as you balance onto the right tiptoes. Keep pushing through the hands. One more breath here. And then we reverse, we scoop down, we travel behind the left wrist, right wrist, and then send it back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, look forwards. You're going to bring shoulders over the wrist, plant the left foot on the outside of the hands, right knee comes down to the floor. Squeeze shoulder blades together, engaging the glutes. So again, if you want, the left toes can stay forwards, or they can turn out to the side, or you can lift the inside of the foot off the ground, whatever feels good. Left hand is going to go in front of us, facing the inside. We inhale, spiral and open at 180. Exhale, come forwards. Inhale to open, keep pushing through the bottom hand. Exhaling forwards. Okay, one more time dynamically. Inhale, open. Exhale, forwards. And this time we hold, so open all the way out. Coming to this extension, keep pressing through the bottom hand. If you want, maybe bring the heel towards you, or further, you can catch a foot. Again, just see whatever feels best for you, as long as you are stable in the joints and active in the muscles. One more breath. And slowly, slowly spiraling all the way forwards to plant the hand. Reset the left foot before taking the left hand to the outside. And we're just going to lift the back leg and rock backwards and forwards a couple of times. Good. When you're ready, right knee back down to the floor. Inhale, lifting and rising into your low lunge position. Feel free to change your legs if they feel too wide. We inhale here, bend a little bit more into the front leg. Exhale, push the hips behind, sweep the hands by your side. Feel free to drop the bum down to the heel. Inhale, scoop and lift, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Good, 2 more times each way. Inhale, lift, feel free to find more of an opening. And exhale, reverse. Last time, inhale, lifting. And exhale, reversing. Okay, inhale, come forwards, bend the front leg, hands to the inside, lift the back knee off the ground. Press into the right hand, left hand comes to the shoulder. So remember, try not to overthink this. We're going to step that right leg through. Bring the weight forward, squeeze that leg, and step it through. Cool. And as we land here, we're already all set up for our twist. Flex the right toes, bending left leg, right hand to hold the bent leg, left hand behind, and slowly coming into our twist. So taking a moment to catch up with the breath, see where it is as we're in relative stillness. Again, support with the back hand. Let's take one more breath here. And then inhale, slowly, slowly coming forwards, releasing the legs in front of you. Now this time, instead of a sort of standard forward fold, we're going to do a straddle fold. So the legs are going to come to about 90 degrees. Try to have the toes facing up. We're going to inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, just temporarily, slowly control the fold forward. So we're going to reach first and lead with the body, and then let the hands land wherever. Now again, if you've got that mobility, feel free to go all the way down. Maybe hold the legs. But if we're stuck about here, that's absolutely fine. Something you can start to incorporate is called ballistic stretching. It sounds really like strong, but essentially all you do is just gentle pulses, just seeing if we can maybe bring in a little bit more range than we currently have. So you're sort of coming from your start point to your end point and back. Some people really like it, some people don't. So again, whatever option suits you, just go with that. Regardless, let's take one more breath here. And then slowly, slowly working your way all the way back up, drawing those legs together before bending those knees, taking your fingertips behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift the bum about an inch off the ground. So crab reach, but on the other side this time. Take the right elbow in towards your chest. Inhale, we lift the hips, rotate the chest, frame the head with the top hand. Elbow draws back in, and then slowly lower all the way back down. Okay, reset. We're going to do it 2 more times. Lift the bum. Inhale, lift. Rotate, frame. Exhale, elbow in. Slowly lower. Last time. Lift the bum. Inhale, lift. Rotate, frame. Exhale, slowly, elbow down. And lower again. Beautiful. Release the legs. Roll through the wrists. Give them a little shake out. And then when you're ready, cross those legs, planting the hands, stepping behind you, arriving back to downward facing dog. Have a little jump, have a little pedal, whatever feels good. Okay. So your next inhale, you're going to roll forward, shoulders over the wrists. Let the knees come down to the ground. Either tuck the toes or have them flat, but you're going to elevate all the way up to a kneeling position. So, into a little bit of dancing camel, quite a nice active move with some thoracic extension. You're going to start by dropping your bum back down to your heels. You then sweep both hands to the right side. As you do, the bum lifts off, we engage. We take right hand to right heel, left hand reaches up and above. And then again, drop the bum, sweep in front, left hand to left heel, reaching up. And just slowly keep moving through this movement, side to side. Of course, change it up, manipulate as and when you want to. So for example, you could stay reaching, you can take it super slow, go side to side, whatever feels good. Heels can be flat or toes can be flat. Good, we're just going to go one more time each side. Remember engagement to the core and the glutes. And the next time you come back through center, release into child's pose. So take the hands out in front, sit the hips back down to the heels. Slowly, slowly start to rock and sway side to side. Breathing here. Beautiful. So I'm just going to turn to face the camera. On your next inhale, you're going to revisit your tabletop position. And then from here, extend your left leg out to the side, like we did earlier on. Walk the hands over, so right hand comes next to the right knee, and the left hand is lifting straight up. So we're in a variation of gate pose. Now you're welcome to stay here, or if you wanted to just challenge yourself in terms of balance and a little bit of strength, you can come to fallen star. So you push into the right hand, you push into the left leg and see if you can step the right leg out in front of you. So it acts as a little bit of a lever to lift the hips. Try have it in line with your hip. And if you wanted to take it even further, see if you can lift that foot off the ground. We're going to take one more breath wherever we are. If you're in fallen star, slowly bring that knee back in. And then walk those hands in front so we can swap the legs over. Right leg extends to the side. Walk the hands round, so left hand down, right hand reaches. Again, either staying in gate pose or fallen star. Press into right leg, into left hand. Step the left foot out in front. Keep lifting evenly through the hips, through the shoulders. Maybe float the leg off the ground if you want. We'll go one more breath. Return to gate pose, and then we'll all come back into tabletop before chilling out in child's pose for a sec. Breathing here. All the way down the spine. Good. Taking one more breath like this before we find ourselves coming through some spinal waves. So So from child's pose, inhale, start to lift the bum, lift the shoulders, coming forwards through tabletop. When the shoulders pass the wrist, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let the hips lower down towards the ground. Keep squeezing. If you'd rather come all the way down and do a little lift in low cobra, go for it. But then on the exhale, we reverse. Push back, tabletop, chin to the chest, sink down into child's pose. Inhale, rolling forwards. Opening, extending. Exhale, reverse all the way back. So you can continue with that movement if you want for 2 more rounds, or you can add in down dog. From child's pose, the toes start tucked. You lift the hips, you roll forwards through down dog, slowly dropping hips to the ground, squeezing shoulder blades together, looking up. And then reverse, lift the hips through down dog, slowly drop the knees back to child's pose. So one more time, whatever variation suits. The second one is called Wave and Load from Animal Flow. And then setting back to your child's pose. Good, going for one more breath here. Then inhale, roll forwards. You're going to come down onto your belly. I don't mind how you get there. But when we do, a little pillow with our hands. And we're going to scoop and bring our right knee up towards our right elbow just as much as we can and looking off to the right. Just taking a couple of breaths here. It's quite nice to be still after a lot of dynamic movement. Good. Lovely. Take one more breath like this and we'll swap sides. Okay, so slowly bring the forehead on top of the hands. Lift that leg, bring it back so it's neutral and just give the hips a little shake. And then look to the left, bring the left knee up towards the elbow, just taking a couple of breaths here. Bringing the breath back to its normal kind of state. Good, let's go one more breath. And then slowly, forehead to the ground. Release that leg behind, let the hips rock side to side. Beautiful. Final little push, we're going to explore some dolphin. So from here, taking the hands underneath the shoulders. We're first of all going to slowly lift up into tabletop. Then release the elbows, the forearms down to the ground. You're going to tuck your toes, lift the knees, coming into Dolphin Pose. So hips stay as high as you can. You keep pressing through the elbows, supporting the shoulder. Try to look between the hands. It's good practice for forearm stand. And if you wanted to maybe explore it being a little bit more intense, tiptoe the feet in as close as you want to. Keep the strength in the upper body. Of course, if you practice pincher, you're welcome to come into it. But we're going to take one more breath here. And then see if you can actively push into downward dog. Last time. Have a little wriggle. Have a little shake to the head. Going to inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Good. 2 more. Last one. Then come down onto the knees, landing into a seated position. I don't mind what the seated position looks like. But you're going to take your right hand behind you, your palm facing outwards, so the hand is in the middle of your back. You're just going to roll the shoulder back and down. Take the left hand to hold the right tricep, and as you do, chin drops to your chest. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder. So breathing down the right side of the neck, right side of the shoulder. Feel free to move the head a little bit if you want. Good. And then bring the head back to neutral, release the hands, swim shoulders back. And left hand behind you, palm facing outwards. Right hand to hold that tricep. Chin back to the chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Breathing all the way down, left side. Move the head as you want. Release the head back to neutral, release the hands, swim shoulders back. And then swing the legs round to the front, plant the feet onto the floor, hands behind you. Just let the knees go down to the right side and then down to the left side. So just nice and slow, gradually through some windscreen wipers. Cool. And then we'll finish off with a twist and happy baby. So when you're ready, back through the middle, lying on your back, hugging the knees in, maybe rock side to side. Up to you how you do your twist, whether it's with both legs or one leg. But both legs are going to come down to the right side. Lift and extend out the left hand. Breathing down the sides of the body. Take one more breath. And then slowly back through center and then down to the other side. Right hand extends away. One more breath. And then slowly back to the middle. Happy baby final pose. Feet go up. Bring knees to your armpits. Catch your feet. Rock side to side however you want. Legs can go wide. They can go together. Whatever feels good. Cool. Then when you're ready, hug your knees back to your chest. Roll over to either right or left hand side. Support your head with the base hand. And then pressing, lifting, coming all the way back to your comfortable seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this Funky Fusion Flow class, incorporation of mobility, strength, animal flow, yoga asana, all the juicy stuff. So yes, thanks once again. Any comments, suggestions for future videos, let me know, and I will see you next time. Namaste.